Hi everyone, good afternoon to you and welcome to today's live stream yet again. It's Wednesday, 14th of January 2026. The year is already on the move and we're already making good progress. Thank you very much for joining from wherever you are. I'm very much excited to be here with you and I hope that we have a great time together today. From your dashboards and your devices, you know how we do it here. Go ahead, keep power tapping your screens, keep liking, keep sharing the live stream, and let's see how many more fellows we can get involved in today's live stream. Thank you very much for joining, Benita. Very good afternoon to you, Prince ID. Thank you very much for joining, Godwin. I see you there on Instagram. Debola, thank you for joining. Abel Adikaba, thank you for joining. Major Tycoon, I appreciate your presence. Today, we will proceed without delays because we are now doing very limited live streams now, and so all we can do is make sure that we take full advantage of the time allotted to us, because after today's live stream we are only going to be meeting again on Friday. Remember, I am your wealth creation enthusiast with a passion for helping individuals and corporate organizations build their personal and corporate net worth via investing in the capital markets. I'm excited to be back here. I'm really glad to see the kind of progress you are all making with your portfolios, and it's very interesting to note. Thank you very much from wherever you are. The best thing you can do is to keep the screen actions going and alive, because we eventually need to continue to do that in order to get much more people participate in what we're trying to do here. Okay, so today we go into the stock market to look at what is happening, especially in the Nigerian stock market as it is, and then we'll be taking your comments, and by 1 p.m. Nigerian time, we'll be taking your calls on TikTok only. Please be informed that the stock market is not a get-rich-quick scheme, so we are here to analyze and plan for long-term investing, most importantly. But in any case, whatever it is that works for you in the market, it's great. That is why we are a do-it-yourself community. Back again on the turf. Let's see how far we go with today's market activities. I am in a bit of a battle with the communication, the Wi-Fi connection, switching from one connection to the other. Nigeria will not finish us. Well, we will try our best, the much we can. Okay, so keep your comments coming in right now from all quarters. We're trying to also get connected on Facebook, on YouTube. No Facebook connection today. So you are on Instagram, on TikTok, YouTube. Keep your comments coming in and let's proceed. Patrick Konori, glad to see you also. Good afternoon, Coach Babami. This schedule, no favor also. John Udo, you know, it is free and it's not easy to do this for free on a daily basis. All right. It's a big sacrifice that cannot be even rewarded with money. So the little we have been able to do all through these years should be enough. Whatever we can catch now, let's just proceed and make the most of it. Most importantly, I can't find anywhere else something like this is being done the way we are doing it, and all for free. And people are making a whole lot of money and walking away. And that is the goal. We're excited when we hear your good news and your wins in the market. So let's keep going. We're having serious connection challenges, but we will not stop. Okay, so keep your comments coming in. We'll progress with this. If we are not able to transmit very well on YouTube, then today's live stream will eventually be uploaded much later in the day. All right, but by all means, we will keep going because we never give up. We are Nigerians. Network again. I'm switching from one end to the other. And if I do this switch, sometimes can cut people off. Our boss a day for Folake says, good day, coach. Please, is Champion Breweries Public Offer a goodbye? I particularly am not very much interested in those public offers, especially in the small brewers, because they made a lot of move in 2025, and that's because they were recovering from their foreign exchange losses suffered by most of the manufacturers across board. And they made a huge move last year. I do not want to believe that that move is instigated now by the public offer they are about to be doing. So I would say for me, having seen such stocks at 5 naira, 7 naira, 10 naira, and what it is now, to now start going in for public offer, it will call for a whole lot of share dilution, which may not be the best interest, immediate best interest of shareholders. But if you already are in and you have a long-term view, why not? Most of these businesses are re-strategizing, and it is not uncommon or unusual or abnormal for companies to come into the market to do public offers and rights issues and what have you. That's because um, the naira suffered serious devaluation, and most companies' capital base is now heavily eroded, and so they have to measure up. That's why the banking sector took the lead in trying to recapitalize. Their deadline is on the 26th of April 2026, I think, and then um, it's normal. You can see most other companies are coming to the market to raise public offers, to do rights issues here and there. That will really continue. So there is a pricing of the capital base of most of these companies listed, and that's what has informed the retinue of rights issues and public offers. It will not end. Like I predicted, the insurance sector is what I expect to go to the market to raise more funds again. Right? So if you have a long-term view, just like some of us are investing in the public offer and rights issue of TIP, some of us did the rights issue of UBA, and so many more others, VFD Group, as many as have come to the market to raise money, so many of us are partaking of some of their offers. So it's not out of place if you are interested. Just know that immediate gratification may not answer for every one of them. You know, Chams has done rights issue and public offer, so many others. But it's up to you to decide. Investors, please get in. We have a long ride this year. Max is saying on TikTok. Keep the comments coming in, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. I see you there, TY. TikTok is reporting that you are the number 60 fan in the fan club on TikTok. Thank you very much. Good afternoon, coach. Is Japol Gold good? A good buy? Well, it happens to be very cheap, but when it comes to performance, it has lagged a lot in terms of their financials. In any case, there could be a little bit of turnaround because I just got information that the federal government is establishing 3 gold refineries in Nigeria, beginning with one in Lagos. And if it is true that in the gold exploration that Japan is carrying out the fine gold, then it will help a lot. But you know, people are weary of the management behind these companies following the antecedents of this same ownership when it was just Japan Oil and Maritime Company. We remember all of these things, and so people are a bit hesitant. But Japan has tried to make 1 or 2 moves in the market, securing the attention of some of these foreign investors to raise some capital to inject into the business. So we are waiting to see how that pans out. Not very clear whether or not. There could be price movements here and there. It's normal when the market is bullish. All sorts of stocks jumps for whatever reasons, you know. So take a look and see. Aduni says, hello coach, is NASCON a good buy today? I see a pullback. Well, if you see a pullback in NASCON, then you should buy. So a lot of people are actually trying to raise money to do many other things, and that could lead to a temporary pullback or price depression of some of these stocks. We are still in January. Remember, like I always say, this January, as always, is the month of renewal of all sorts of bills and commitments, school fees, payments, rent renewals, all manner, insurance, and all that. So you are going to be seeing some of these bargains every now and then. But once the results are out, you will see that the stock prices will recover. So for now, people are prioritizing very important expenditure that they must fund. That is why you may be seeing some dips here and there. It has nothing to do with any news regarding the performance of the companies yet, because up till the third quarter result, NASCON looked great and is expected to finish the year 2025 very strong. So that's my take. So if you see a dip, it's a temporary sell-off, just so that investors can fund some of these demands for their finances. May God bless you, sir, for your selfless service to humanity. Thank you very much, Ernest Igugu. Appreciate you. My Instagram family, go ahead, keep the comments coming in. I'm watching. Sally Boha says, hello, coach. Welcome back. We have missed you on YouTube. Thank you very much. I have missed you all also. YouTube will seriously depend on a very strong network. And I saw that I tried to come on before it went back off. And so I'm going to upload today's live stream at the end of this session. Network is really bad today. Please, coach, can you change your network? If I change the network now, you're going to be put off completely. Welcome back. We have missed you on YouTube. Okay. Thank you very much. Good day, coach. Please, what one stock should I get with 500K for capital growth? I have Aradel, UVA, and TIP already. One for Simon. Simon. Okay. Mopelola and Jorin says she can hear. Coach, the network is bad. Kindly check. All right. Let me respond to this question first. What one stock should I get with 500K for capital growth? All right. At the moment, UBA is looking good, but TIP still looks great if you can find it under 15 naira. So I'm going to try something again and to see if a particular network is now better. Wait to see how that goes. But before then, let's proceed and continue with your comments. Looking like the comments are hanging. I'll try my best. Great to see you, coach. That's from Potepizo. Thank you very much. Good day, my coach. God continue to bless you and all yours. Rehab Abdul. Very happy new year to you. It's good to see you. Coach, the network is very bad, even on Instagram, and you are not on YouTube today. It's a bit of a struggle. Some things are beyond your control. There's nothing you can do. But never mind. I'm going to be managing to respond to any of your comments I see while trying to switch networks. Well, I'm trying to switch network now, and I'm not getting a reasonable outcome for that. Okay, that's the challenge. Great to see you, coach. God bless you. Okay, thank you very much. Temi Wealth Economy says, good day, coach. Wondering what is the best stock to buy for my kids and on which platform? If you are buying stocks for your kids, make sure you are using you are investing for them through a licensed stockbroker. There are so many reasons for that. Some of these apps that you use today might be here today, gone tomorrow, and you don't want to caught in the crossfire of such an occurrence. Okay, so the best advice I'll give to you is please do well to invest using a licensed stockbroker. And I'm not here to demean any app, fintech company, or broker. It's up to you to decide, but just make sure the reason is very clear. Before they grow up to become 18, if they are so young, or 20, that means 20 years from now, may those apps you are using, if you decide to use apps, continue to be in existence. Otherwise, the surest banker is using a licensed stockbroker, so that even if the stockbroker is out of business, you can still, by that time, they can still reclaim their shares, because it is directly warehoused with the CSCS. All they would have needed to do when that time comes, and their broker is not, the broker you used is no longer in existence, is for them to register with a new broker of their choice and then do a share transfer through CSCS, following their instruction to their new broker. So that's the safest way or platform suggestion I have for you. And then for stocks to buy for them, Tantalizers is looking very good, especially seeing their children. With all the plans that they are making and the new contract, 5-year contract they've signed to end foreign exchange, that's a good sign that things are going to be looking better. So, Tantalizers, one. Tip is another. I used to always suggest or recommend Jai's Bank. That was when it was around 3 naira and 4 naira. Now it's 7. May not be bad because by then, when they grow up older, stocks like Jai's Bank must have really made serious impact and serious strides upwards. Okay, so these are a few I can mention. I would always also mention Charms, still very cheap and within reach. Coach, I think you might need to exit and come back again. The network is very bad. Okay, that's another way to do it. That suggestion is coming from Crown Princess. Maybe I should exit and come back. Is AfriInvest a licensed broker? Kenny G Socks. Yes, AfriInvest is a licensed stockbroker. Westside says, Coach, your network is bad. Kindly check it. All right. Looks like we are being frustrated to start the year just the way the market has taken off to a flying start. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to switch networks and then we will enjoy the fullest of this. Just give me a moment and let me do this switch right now. It's looking like we now have a solution to the current situation because things are only going to get better now from here. All right, and I wish I can also get YouTube connection to go through at this point so we can enjoy ourselves. We just have to continue to remain steadfast and make sure that we are not giving up on the things that we are doing. All right, if you give up, then you've lost out completely, but if you never give up, then surely there is a chance that you will continue to see progress. Okay, so let's go as we try to reswitch, rejig, and see how things pan out at this point. Okay, so we're trying to check now to see if network connection improves. It looks like it will improve tremendously this time if we hold on just a little bit more. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, please check and revert to me what the situation is with the network connection right now. I'm sure it must have improved as I speak to you. So let me know how well the network has improved at this point. Okay, improved? Yes, improved, improved, improved. Very good. So we made progress then. All right, I'm even receiving an email by the network provider that there has been some challenges from their end. So what I know is that we can never ever give up. All right, so I think there's an improvement after the switch to another service provider. So let's make progress. All of the distractions we have overcome. You see why you need to persist and stay on. All right, so we make progress from here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see how it goes. All right, YouTube connection in the next 2 minutes. Check again to see if we are connected. It has to connect because in 2026 we will never give up. All right, Coach, how can I bid for PZ and CWG today? Patrick Onori, are you asking for the price of PZ and what's the other one now? CWG. I'll check real quick and give you a feedback right away. CWG currently 19 naira. Let's see how low you can bid. Okay, there are 2.8 million bids versus 4.6 million offers, and the highest bid is at 18 naira 70 kobo. So maybe you should bid at 1870, but the weighted average price so far this year, I mean today, is 1901, meaning it hasn't sold below 19 on the average based on the 6.7 million shares that have been traded. Okay, but the fact is there are so many more offers than bids. 4.6 million offers versus 2.8 million bids. That gives you a chance to buy it at around 1870 or less. So put in a bid at 1870 for CWG. And then for a PZ, let's see how much PZ goes for so that we can determine. I am expecting that PZ should be pulling back, and this is why experience is very key. Now I'm seeing PZ at 55, having risen all the way to 58. Please, if you are here and you don't learn any other thing, please learn the fact that you don't chase flying stocks. Please and please, so they don't use you to make the money in the stock market. You position yourself in a way that you don't come under pressure because a stock is jumping and everyone is celebrating it. Okay? So PZ 55 naira 50 kobo currently. The highest bidder is at 55. So there's a chance that you can buy at 55 or even less than 55, right? 3 million bids versus 4.5 million offers. So those who bought at 39, 40, 45 may be taking their profits, because even if you bought at as high as 45, which is just 2 weeks ago, or even a week ago, you must have been on a 10 naira per share profit. And those who bought 1 million shares, 10 naira on 1 million is 10 million. Very neat, right? So you expect that they will sell even at 55, considering not minding the fact it got to 58 yesterday. So they must have been selling from 58 down, and today it's now 55. So we expect these zigzag movements, up and down movements, but in the long run, it's going to be more like a parabolic rise. So 55 is a good entry for PZ. If it drops below that, fantastic opportunity to load up on more. Keep your eyes on the long term, by the way. And one unique thing about PZ that should not make anybody panic is they've only released their half-year results. Their calendar year, financial year calendar is completely different from others. While majority of the quoted companies have their calendar year fixed at January to December of every year, PZ is not so. Okay, so it is all the others whose full year result is expected at the end of December that should be running now. But you know what? There is already value, so much value that nobody can continue to stand by and watch and wait. Serious opportunity in PZ, and that's why it's still running up till now. So there's going to be even much more move upwards by the time they announce their third quarter results and then announce their full year results and all of that. Okay. Good afternoon, coach. What's happening to Mark Nichols? Mark Nichols is flying. All things are looking great, but I think it's running beyond its legs at this moment. And those who entered early and are looking at staying long term can actually remain there for the long term, unless there is something we are not seeing yet. Mark Nichols, based on the numbers, I think has punched above their weight. But you know what? The market can really come with surprises. This is a Mark Nichols that was selling at 2 naira 50 kobo and so on and so forth. Some people got in at 4 naira thinking it was a risk. But here we are, 7 naira 31 and still on full bid quietly, right? So if you are in such stocks, congratulations, you're making money this year. Now an opportunity just appeared, because I know anytime you find or you are able to buy tip under 15 naira, that's a bargain already on its own. And just while I was speaking, it's dropped from the 15 naira it closed yesterday to 14.95. Don't know how low it goes, but there are a lot of bids at 14 naira 95 kobo. Current status for tip is 2.3 million bids versus 3.2 million offers. Good afternoon, coach. What's happening with McNichols? I've responded to that. Opomo or Presco? Which do you suggest, coach? Hey, why? The truth is, Presco is the biggest oil producer, and I mean palm oil producer, and they'll continue to expand and continue to make much more money than Okomu so far. But Okomu has something going for it as well. It's the older player in the market, overtaken by Presco some years ago. Of course, Presco continues to scale while Okomu tries to battle with, you know, old equipment and all that. But Presco, I mean, Okomu also is doing very well. So if you want to be conservative because of the price difference, then I would say Okomu. But if you want to be unbiased and decide which to put your money in based on investments that Presco has made, thereby giving them a chance for a brighter future tomorrow, I would go with Presco anytime, any day. In fact, I used to have the both of them. And then at some point, I was trying to rebalance my portfolios last year, trying to capitalize on certain opportunities that came. And I was in a dilemma between the two of them, which to offload, to raise quick cash, to strike on an opportunity I saw. And guess what? Your guess is as good as mine. I had to sacrifice Opomo for that movement. Please be informed that the views and opinions expressed here in this live stream are completely personal. They are mine and not to be seen as financial advice. You are advised to do your due diligence. Coach, can I buy Nigerian breweries today? Eat it. Well, if you feel so, why not? I have said it times without number since last year that all the breweries companies will be needing cash. They will need to come to the market to raise funds. So you have that at the back of your mind. So I'm not surprised that the smaller brewers like International Breweries, Champion Breweries, they've already come to the market seeking to raise capital. Good coach, please recommend 2 US stocks I can buy today with £2,000. Zincaira. Well, questions like this, if you are really following me, you would have seen my 2026 stock prediction for even the US market, apart from the Nigerian market. All you need to do is take a good look and decide which one hasn't run yet and take position. For instance, as at that time when the list was prepared, a stock like Exod was at $14 per share. But I think Exod has risen to 18 already. And that stock measures the movement and follows the pattern of Bitcoin movement. Remember how depressed Bitcoin got at the end of last year? As we speak now, Bitcoin is above 90 something, 93 or $95,000 per coin, right? So over to you. Another Bitcoin chaser is MSTR, strategy. Strategy is also one, but you don't want to just put in £2,000 in such stocks. So my best bets, you will have to go for safety first. Amazon, Alphabet, then you can add one of Netflix, maybe just narrow it down to 4 stocks. Netflix, and I wish I can see that my list now, but I can't find it here because a stock like Zeta, Z-E-T-A, ticker Z-E-T-A, is going to do great. And there's a robotic stock there and a war stock there. So Rocket Lab may be expensive a bit, but I've mentioned a whole lot. So just go through that list, check the current prices as against the prices they were when I made that prediction, and make a decision for yourself. Charms seems to be gaining a lot attention this morning. Let me give you updates on how Charms is progressing right now. Currently, Charms is up to 4 naira 20 kobo, up from the 4 naira it closed yesterday. And suddenly there are heavy bids for Charms. Just take a look. Charms, 31.9 million bids for Charms and only 7 million offers. And suddenly Charms is on the rise. Okay, there's a serious sell down in Cornwall as we speak. They've cleared all the 5 naira offers for Cornwall, and the highest bidder for Cornwall now is at 4 naira 98, and it's looking like Cornwall will collapse below 5 today because there's 1.1 million bids versus 4.4 million offers. So that explains the reason why Cornwall may collapse below 5 naira today. Keep your comments coming in. I love responding to them because it feels like I'm solving a problem. Let's work together. Okay, so I'm going to reinitiate the YouTube connection this time, and hopefully it works so that we can make progress today. Okay. So never mind YouTube followers. The connection is perfect. Recording is going on. If this next one doesn't connect, then just be sure the recorded version will be shared with you. Okay. Keep your comments coming in. Melody. Okay. Parkwell is responding. Says if you are not following coach, you are losing currency. Interesting stuff. Nice ambition. Please, coach, how long does it take for Atlas to activate an account? Maybe 72 hours if there are no hitches, but when there are hitches, especially on the second leg registration, which is of the registration, which is out of their control, then it becomes difficult. Coach, is May and Baker a good stock to buy now? Well. At this point, I can't say it is a good buy now. This was a May and Baker that was selling for as low as 6 naira around this time last year, or even much earlier last year. So it's done a serious run, and I do not know, I can't really tell whether it still has enough gas or room to run. It's those people who were buying when I was making those calls that must have really benefited from these stocks. It becomes very dangerous to just jump into them, especially at times like this. Not a bad investment. Pharmaceutical industry is doing very well. Will continue to do better because the foreign pharmaceuticals have left SmithKline, GlaxoSmithKline, and so on. And so we're left with the indigenous. And after FeedSyn, May and Baker is next. God is the greatest. Says, coach, Tantalizers is on full bid. Well, I wasn't live yesterday. I would have pointed out that Tantalizers, when it dropped to 2 naira 70 kobo, that was a buy zone. But I was now even further impressed when I got on the group on Discord and saw that some of our people bought, and some of them also were targeting further entries today. I hope you made your entry before it went on full bid. It was a fantastic opportunity to top up on your tantalizers. For tantalizers, it's my 1 million share challenge. I've already bagged 2 million tantalizers before this time. So I'm just watching. Like I told you when we were planting in November, December, we will come in January, February, and we'll just be seeing money grow like grass in our portfolio. That's exactly what's happening. If you've been following me and following the instructions, most of you must have been experiencing and understanding better now what I mean by money growing like grass in your portfolio, right? Uyo Cake King says, I just sold my Ella Lakes now. What should I buy with 100K? Well, it becomes difficult to determine what you should buy at this point. Let's see. Okay, PZ is in the red now, which is looking even more interesting. Guys, how low PZ will fall, I can get in again and scoop up some more. for the future. What can you buy? 100K. I am thinking a stock like TIP is not bad if you can find it under 15. I saw it at 15 and the highest bid then was 14 plus, 1490 or so. That's one stock you can position for if you like. Okay, keep the comments coming in. I have been seeing rapid growth in e-transact. Can I still buy it now? Adedotu Olatunji, please, I like to advise everybody. Don't buy a stock because you are seeing it rising. That is recipe for disaster in the stock market. Take this advice. I don't know when next it will occur to me because I'm seeing all manner of questions. Should I buy this one? This one is jumping. That one is jumping. If you follow the stock market like that, they will take the whole money from your hand and put in their pockets. Buy value, wait and let it rise and give you what you want. You chase stocks, you will suffer because most of the money driving most of these stocks are short-term funds. And once they achieve 30 kobo per share, that 30 kobo rise or 50 kobo rise or 1 naira rise would mean 500 million based on how much they are put into that stock. And so while you are positioning yourself that, okay, I've made 30 kobo, I'm waiting to see how far it goes. They, at the time you're making 30 kobo, they've made 1 naira 30 kobo. So they don't mind selling at your 30 kobo gain, then selling at your loss because the 30 kobo now gets erased. They will still be on 1 naira per share gain. Please, please, and please. Unless you are very convinced that you are investing for the long term and that you see great prospects in that stock, then you can go ahead and buy. At that point, if the stock price dips after you have bought, you can be able to manage yourself and hold on because you invested long term. But if you chase a stock because it's flying, then you may be disappointed in the end. And you don't want to start the year that way. We've been planting left, right, and center, looking for a chance for the best available opportunities. That's the way to go the stock market. For instance, yesterday, on Monday, during the live stream, I spotted CWG drop below 19 and took position. Before trading ended that day, it went up to 19. Did it drop below 18? Yes, I think. Forgotten how much I bought it now. I can check easily. But you know what? That's how to fish opportunities. Those stocks that have not run too far. E-Transact. If you ask me now why it's running, I can't explain it. Because it is the current run of E-Transact to just be futuristic or someone trying to take a long-term position or a controlling stake in the stock. And you can't go and run after such a person because they can bring in billions, the stock price jumps, they don't care. They've achieved board position. That's most important to them. Whereas your own investment goal is to grow your money. Just like when Femi Otedola was piling in on Dangote Cement last year. I mean, the end of 2024 into beginning of 2025. Dangote Cement rose from 400 and something, boom, to 700 plus. And then when he was done, the excitement fizzled out. That was the end. Dangote Cement is now struggling to get above 600 and stay there, having lingered at 400 and something for so long. It's always happened. Most recently, he bought Seplat. Seplat has now suddenly gathered momentum to move above 5,000 naira per share. It's above 6,000 now. Should you chase Seplat now? I will say no, because he has taken 20% position in Seplat, stake in Seplat, and he doesn't care at the moment what stock price does because that has secured some sweet dividends that will be coming to him every quarter. Get a point now? Let me not talk too much or dwell too much on one comment. Okay, coach, what's your take on VFD group? Well, if as we speak now, I find VFD group anywhere under 11, that's a massive opportunity because VFD, having raised capital from through the rights issue and done the bonus shares that they did, they have serious money to go on with their expansion of the business across Africa. So you need a long-term plan or approach strategy to take position in VFD. A lot of people miss it when they come with a short-term mindset into the stock market. Even if you make money, you will pull it out and then put it somewhere else, pull it out, put it somewhere else. I can assure you, you are paying a lot in commissions. You are not taking advantage of compounding, which is termed in investment world as the eighth wonder of the world. A stock you bought for 4 naira, 2 naira is now selling for 70 naira. You can't experience that if you buy here, you sell here, you are afraid of the market you are in. That means you have no confidence in what you are doing. Unless you know some of the money is for, I would say, short term, right? But if you really want to make it in the market, this thing is a lifestyle. That's when it makes you money. Of course, there's no hit and run business anywhere. Everywhere you try to do hit and run, you don't make money, you don't create wealth. Okay? All right, James says, coach, I have BUA, 70K. Should I top up or buy WAPO? Have none. I want to buy 10,000 units of ANY. Well, at the moment, I will say buy WAPCO because WAPCO remains cheaper than BUA. Yet WAPCO performs better than BUA in terms of the results that we have seen. Very simple. Just go ahead and have yourself some WAPCO. Keep the comments coming in. I think I've responded to Successful Man regarding his question on VFD. Okay, let's keep going. Good morning, coach. Want to give you 2 million today. Will you enter ICO or top up Mansard or UBA or Zenith? Buy or the wealthy. Enter ICO means that's your first attempt at owning that stock. Top up Mansard or UBA or Zenith means you already have Mansard, UBA or Zenith. I will go straight and scoop enough UBA. There's no need splitting it between, it would have been between UBA and Zenith. But Zenith, there's more upside in UBA right now. And that's what I'll do, exactly what I'll do. You don't have to, and I need to let people know, you don't have to go ahead to start buying new stocks. Some of the stocks in your portfolio need stopping up so that when the pay dividend makes more sense, when it moves, it makes more money for you. And UBA looks like that one stock that has stagnated a while and needs stopping up, right? So if you have missed any other rally, don't miss UBA. Unless your entry price is very low like mine. My entry price for UBA, my average cost for UBA is 7 naira. And just 2 days ago, I was checking to see the percentage gains I've made in some of these stocks. My percentage gain for UBA is 500+%. Now, that's a dividend cash cow that I'm not willing to let go. Though, because it has made me more money, when I find an opportunity in the market and I want to scrabble for cash to really strike, I can go to that UBA, sell off some, and I want. You get the point now. Something you bought 7 naira is now 47 something naira. Makes sense. Okay? All right. Keep your comments coming in. At exactly 1 p.m. we'll be taking your calls. I thought I would be taking the calls side by side, but it will be very disorganized since there are so many comments to deal with, and we're dealing with network connections and all that. You know, when we're getting started, some of these things have hitches here and there, but I think it's looking better now, right? Okay. And YouTube family is up and running and looking very interesting as well. So apologies for not being on YouTube for a while, but all things are getting to work out well now. Very shortly, it will be clear. Okay, I'm getting feedbacks that the audio on YouTube is poor. It's all right. RS Proski says, so there was a live stream on Monday. I wasn't aware. Okay, that particular Monday live stream was also a struggle. You know, the systems looks like they all went to sleep and are trying to now get themselves back up. Things will run smoothly going forward. Greetings, Coach. Nice to have you here. Does WAPCO pay dividends? Wow, what a question. WAPCO has been the most consistent and I won't say the most consistent, but the most frequent dividend payer amongst the cement companies listed on the NGX. Okay? Last year they paid twice, right? So, just a moment, I'm trying to call up something so I can give you accurate information about your question regarding WAPCO. So there you go. So last year, WAPCO paid, interestingly, 4 naira per share, payment date May 20th, 2025. Then in April, they went and paid another 1 naira 20 kobo per share on April 25th. Outside of that, they've been paying dividend once a year all along. 2024, they paid 1 naira 90 kobo, April 26th. 2023, they paid 2 naira, April 28th. 2022, they paid 1 naira, April 21st. And then 2021, they paid twice. 1 naira, November 19th, 1 naira, May 25th, 2021. So WAPCO is a consistent dividend paying stock. I have Jais I wanted to top up, but I don't think it's wise to do that now since it has moved. Floyd, we all have these feelings from time to time. Let's see if it manages a pullback move, then we know what to do. I can assure you that's possible as well. UPDC has jumped to 6 naira per share. Interesting stuff there. Keep your comments coming in. Good day, coach. Seems like these 3 days a week life isn't enough for Oma Beauty. You people want to finish me here? It's free. I don't know where they do things even once a week for free. So I've really tried, and sometimes we don't know the kind of sacrifice someone makes when these things happen so frequently. Now you understand. Good afternoon. What stocks can one buy with 10 million on a short term of 3 to 6 months or good interest, yielding interest for that duration? Do not come to the stock market with a short-term funds. 6 months, maybe it's okay, but you don't even have to stay. That's why it's difficult for me to respond to questions like this. You may be targeting 3 months or 6 months. There are times when 3 months, very good. So if you were asking a question like this around November, and you tell me 3 months or to 6 months, perfect. Most of what we mentioned there will fly. And then you don't also have to wait till 3 months. You just have to know when to jump out of that stock and make the most money that you get. That's one thing with the stock market. It's not like a fixed income asset whereby, or a fixed asset whereby you know exactly how much is the interest and your capital is secured. The stock market doesn't work that way. The stock market is driven by all kinds of events, occurrences, policies, and so on. Government can come up to say something about an industry you are invested in, and boom, there's problem, right? It happens. So you might be in very good gains in the first 2 months and you are waiting for the third month. The stock market doesn't move on a straight line. Therefore, on the third month you are waiting for, it can just dip. And most of what you have gained in the first 2 months would have erased. These are the dangers of bringing short-term funds into the stock market. There are times when it can work. There are most times when it won't. Because this is January. If you want to wait 6 months, you may see gains investing in some stocks now, but towards dividend declaration and payment, stock prices will drop because interest will disappear for a while. And if that coincides with the 6th month or the 3rd month of your investing, then you lose most of the money that you put in, even though you saw gains from the beginning. So you've got to be vigilant. And when you invest, decide to take profits early enough, because you are playing with short-term funds and you don't want to lose your capital. Remember, when you lose capital, you are only losing on paper yet. The only problem with putting short-term funds in the stock market is either you have to now wait longer than you expected, or you sell at a loss because you need money. At that point, you have lost money. On that note, because it's important, a lot of people need to understand these things. On that note, if you have this 10 million, you are looking at 3 to 6 months, I would say, I'm talking to M Wheel 14, I would say stocks like TIP at under 15, UBA at 44 naira. That PZ that is pulling back around to 56 or 55 or wherever it is, that pullback is looking good. Maybe Dangote Sugar under 70. Okay, that's it. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm seeing Aradel trying to find his way back to 800, but it's at 799 naira 50 kobo. How long will it last? Is it able to push further and achieve this? We'll wait to see. Okay, keep your comments coming in. We have just 3 minutes, and then we'll be ready to roll. Taking your calls, on TikTok. Okay? This boss chick, I've spoken about VFD Group. Coach, Presco is dipping. Is that a good buy? Dipping. Samsung, let me see. Presco dips, that's an opportunity. Like I said, you will see some surprise dips. Oh yes, that's it. 1,588 down from 1,635. That's not a serious dip. That's people looking to sell to raise money. Obviously, there are still more bids than offers. Imagine, more than double the amount of offers is what has been bidded for. So if you are seeing Presco on offer now at 1,588, I think it's not a bad offer, and you want to take it because the market will still, the stock will still close at 1,635, because 100,000 block transaction is needed for it to close at that 1,588. So a chance for long-termers with deep pockets who are interested in a stock like Presco, right? Ikem Benzoic says, I'm 55.7% on FTN Cocoa. Thank you, coach. Interesting stuff. You remember when Ikem was worried and concerned about buying FTN Cocoa, he would put in bids at 4 naira 77. They will just waste his time, and Ikem doesn't have time for this thing, because 1 minute he's in the stock market, the next minute his stockfish merchandise business is calling him. So in the end, what do we have? Went in and bought at 480 or thereabouts. Now 55%. You see that? And when people come to the stock market, they complain that the stock market is scam. Well, We are enjoying this camp though. Keep your comments coming in 1 minute before we start taking your calls on TikTok. Zira says, Coach, don't forget to reply me on IG about the Net Worth Investors link. All right, Zira, you know what you will do? Just send another one because I'm inundated with so many DMs left, right, and center. My WhatsApp crashed for that reason, all manner. So I want you to be on top for bringing it up here. You deserve to be heard, right? Coach, which stock is good to buy now? But I've kept saying the various stocks I've seen that are good. Will I keep going back and forth? I've mentioned TIP is still good, under 15. I've mentioned PZ at 56, 55 and under. I've mentioned where are the other stocks I've mentioned? Yes, I also mentioned Cornhall that was dipping and waiting to drop under 5. Let's see how much Cornhall is. A lot of people are actually looking away from a stock like what do you call Fidelity. Fidelity will surprise a lot of people. I hope it doesn't do them a first world call, right? Coach, what will you say about Aradel and Dangote Sugar? Fantastic stocks. You must have them in your portfolio because I do, and for the long term. Those are stocks that I will not sell. Dangote Sugar has a lot of room to run. People don't realize that. We were here talking about it last month when it was doing 55, 56, and so on. I kept saying, buy Dangote Sugar, it looks good. Well, got to 70. It's not even done yet. So when it pulls back from that 70, it's another chance to buy. Okay. Coach, please, LSE Seplat, would you advise at £3? Jay's Mama. Now it comes to comparing them just like GTCO on LSE and on NGX. How much is the equivalent of £3? Is the pound sterling now up to 1,900 naira to a pound, or it's at no, sorry, yes, 1,009, or is it at 2,000? Because at 2,000 you're looking at 6,000 naira. So roughly assume the exchange rate is currently 2,000 naira to a pound. I'm seriously suspecting it's less than 2,000. Somebody with the accurate figure, please let me know. That's a very interesting question there. And then I'm going now to check how much Seplat is selling for at the moment. On the NGX, it's at 6,699. This is almost 6,700 naira per share for Seplat. There are more bids than offers. Interesting stuff since after Tony Elumelu's 20% stake was announced. Okay, so let's do the math. Very simple. Seplat is a dual listed company, listed on the London Stock Exchange and on the Nigerian exchange. The same rights, the same dividends. So if you have a chance to buy it on the London Stock Exchange at £3 per share, that translates to 6,000 naira per share at 2,000 naira to the pound. Now on the NGX, it's doing 6,999. That's almost 6,700. The best bet is to go on the LSE, that's the London Stock Exchange, and buy your Seplat. So you'll be buying at a discount of nearly 700 naira per share. You know what that means? That's like almost one Aradel to one Aradel per share discount you are receiving. So that's the best thing to do. And this is a way to also expose ourselves. Find a way to be able to invest, especially those of you abroad. Now, trading 212 does not accept Nigerian accounts anymore. So, but if you have trading 212 account, if you are in Nigeria, anywhere around the world, you can take advantage of these things. These are some of the things that you may not know, but that's it. It's happening. You are buying Seplat 700 naira. Yes, 700 naira discount. As I'm speaking to you now, Seplat is now 6,700. Instead of buying it on the NGX, you buy it on the LSE at £3 per share. Right? Ladies and gentlemen, we've gone past 1 p.m. and it's now time to take your calls on TikTok. Callers lined up waiting to be attended to. So many callers, interestingly. So let's go. And ladies and gentlemen, Atlas is in the house. If you have any queries, kindly go on the comments and type in your concerns so they can attend to you. First caller is Kiddies Wear, second caller Fleming, and third is Francis. Now, I'm telling you this ahead of time so you can keep your environments quiet and let's maximize the available time for us. Right? So let's go on to the first caller, and if it's not connecting, we proceed to the next right away. Ogaba King on YouTube says, boss, how far about Dangote listing? Everybody's waiting. We were told first quarter. Well, we're just in the first month of the first quarter, so no worries. Let's stay patient and see how far that goes. Happy New Year, my boss. I'm vexed. I could not meet my another goal before it fly or before it flew. Lassa NG, no vex. Just calm down. Opportunities will continue to come. As long as you are in the stock market, good for you. Hi, coach. Please, what is the lowest price to enter Zeta and ONDS, please? And thank you. Wealth by the word. The US market is not on, so we don't concentrate too much on them at the moment. This AC is almost giving me blocked nose. Okay. I'm trying to check if I can call up the chat for Zeta. It will be a bit difficult for me to do that now without losing concentration. All right, Seplat comes down to 6,700. Next caller, the other call didn't connect, so we'll go on to the next. Now we prioritize the calls, but while the calls are trying to connect, you can still take some of your comments. Coach, what's up for foreign stocks? Isaac Oluwashino, if you are in Nigeria, my best bet is, yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's no longer Optimus by AfriInvest. It's now Plutus Neo by AfriInvest. For me, if you are in Nigeria, one of the best apps you can use for your foreign stock. Hello, coach. Talk about Champion Brewery's public offer. I've said a lot about it, and that will be that. Hello, coach. Talk about, okay, these calls are not connecting. I'm beginning to be concerned now. Fleming couldn't connect as well, so we'll go on to the next. Unless they are mistaken callers. Otherwise, they should connect. Okay, let's see if we can connect with this call. Also didn't connect. Slim Zeki, Ikem Benzoic, and Nello. You are the next set of callers. I think I need to prioritize these callers. Akin Akinola on Instagram says, what platform are you using to trade? I use my broker's platform, Atlas Portfolios platform. Ladies and gentlemen, Transcorp 47.90 kobo. Maybe, just maybe, things may turn around there, but you never know. Tony. So much opportunity in the market, and it's being confusing. Okay, let's see if we can connect with Ikem.
Hello, Coach. Good afternoon, sir.
Oh, good afternoon. Finally, we got one caller, and who else but Ikem Benzoic? After his December Oblay and Betty December, we have him back.
Coach, thank you very much. I haven't been able to speak to you, at least to comment and say thank you. First of all, I have to say you got a very beautiful family.
Wow.
I saw your wife's picture and your kids. I was asking myself, the way Coach knows how to pick stocks, he knows how to pick good things too.
The game has come again.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm so grateful for everything. So everywhere has been green, and I saw the recommendation you made yesterday concerning WAPCO. So immediately you said about CWG, I got it immediately. I bought it. So I wanted to know more about WAPCO, sir.
Okay, exactly what do you want to know about WAPCO? You want a comparative analysis?
Like I want to buy it like today or tomorrow. So you said you bought WAPCO. So and someone in the group was saying that I think that he doesn't trust the management of WAPCO. Like one Anthony guy was saying he doesn't trust the management of WAPCO. So that he would rather buy Dangote cement. I have Dangote cement as well. So I just want to know more about WAPCO from you, sir. And besides, I want to thank you immensely because last year you said that, let me quote you exactly what you said. You said, you see this FTN cocoa, and this FTN cocoa will surprise people next year. Immediately you said that in Simba, FTN cocoa, that I must get this stock. So thank you very much. I'm grateful. I think, and UPDC, in fact, everything is super, super, super good. And I thank God I bought Dangote sugar as well. That one is flying too. So please, the WAPCO, sir.
Okay, let me point out here that you sound very gratified and satisfied. I can tell from your voice that your portfolio is doing well. But it didn't happen without your own part of taking that risk or trusting, believing a process, sticking to it. I remember some of those stocks you bought, just after you bought, they dipped. And you called at some point and we were discussing the dip. You were laughing in the dip. And that told me this guy is going to succeed in this thing no matter what.
Amen. I'm looking at very soon, before April, I will be 100 million.
Awesome.
By God's grace.
That's what we're here to do. A lot of people do not realize that they can be worth 100+ million. Some of them 500 million. When I was saying those things last year, people were just looking at me. I said some people, their struggle is to hit 100 million. They've got 30, 20, 50, 70, but it's not occurred to them that they can hit 100 million. Some, it's 1 million. Some, 500 million. There are people who should be hitting 1 billion, but they've never been able to cross or touch that threshold. With what we're doing here, you can exceed any of your current, I will call it financial thermostat setting. And so we had Dr. Newton also, I've forgotten where he's based now, who gave me that update that suddenly...
I think she's in Switzerland.
Is he a lady? Well...
I don't know, but in Switzerland, I think so.
Switzerland.
Because the last time she's speaking a little German, so, and I understand German So I think she's Switzerland. Or
Oh,
something.
interesting. I was thinking Dr. Newton is a man. In any case, that's the beauty of this thing. We may not have met ourselves, but we are getting across board and making impact. Most importantly, so let's go back to WAPO. I was going to commend you for being brave. You display some level of bravery that so many people cannot endure. And now,
thank you, sir.
You are getting the benefits. When you say FTN Cocoa, FTN Cocoa, if I remember clearly, you are either less than 2 months old in that stock.
Yeah, no, I bought it for naira 77. It's not up to 1 month. It's not up to 2 months. Sir.
Not up to 2 months. 477, it's now 7 naira plus, giving you 50 something percent. That's what bravery can do for you. You get paid or rewarded when you make those moves. So congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
On your strides so far. Now on to WAPCO, which you are asking about. WAPCO is a stock I bought before at 12 naira. Sold. It kept dragging. Now, perhaps Anthony's concern is the change of majority shareholding. The majority shareholders sold off to a Chinese company who are now fully in charge and who were contemplating the listing. So that kept me out of WAPCO as well. But I kept looking at the numbers and what they are doing and what the likely outcome, whether or not the delist is. And I said, you know what? This is worth taking a punt. I went in there at 134 naira 50 kobo. Now imagine someone who has had WAPCO. I used to have 1 million WAPCO at 12 naira. Yes. That's how I buy my stocks. When I get in, I get them in the millions so that I use them to fund others when they grow. Now, this WAPCO, by my personal valuation, should not be selling for anything less than 200 naira. By the way, I had accumulated some BOA in 2015, 2025, last year, early last year or late 2024, going into 2025. So I could then comfortably offload some BOA, which is more expensive than the WAPCO, whereas the numbers tell me WAPCO is better. So after that sale, that was part of what delayed me. I would have re-entered WAPCO at 50 something or 60 something. I even mentioned it in the live stream last year, because of last year. Some people bought WAPCO at 60, 50 something and so on. And here we are, 160 naira per share. Now, I looked at the numbers. BOA is more expensive in terms of price, yet the numbers are showing me that WAPCO is doing better. So what did I do? I comfortably offloaded some BOA to take position in that WAPCO, which I announced. And from that 134.5 is now 160. That was not up to a month ago as well, just last month. So these are the things that convince me. Earnings per share, 9 naira 30 kobo for BOA, yet BOA is 183. WAPCO, earnings per share, 15 naira 39. And as at then, WAPCO was 135 or 134. How can I see an opportunity like this and just sit back? So that was how I offloaded some BOA and got into WAPCO. So up till now, WAPCO is still cheaper, yet has a higher earnings per share. But beyond the earnings per share, PE ratio, we have WAPCO at 10.4, BOA at 19. So if I'm comparing both side by side, then WAPCO is the better deal for me, because even when you compare the dividends, WAPCO paid more last year, paying twice, and so on and so forth. So basically, Then onto Anthony's concerns. I looked at it and thought, well, the shareholders have a say in how much they are paid off should the new majority stakeholders decide to delist the company. So your decision to enter WAPCO, very good. Now time it, because WAPCO recently surged. It's almost like immediately I bought at 134.5, it surged to 160 within a week. Now, those who bought at 90 something, 100, 120 are selling, and I think it dropped a little bit today
to 158. Yeah, I saw 150.
So watch that pullback. Check the bid and offer status. This is you now trying to find a good entry price. As far as the decision to invest is concerned, it's sound. Now, you want to enter at a good price so that you don't buy and then it dips further. So check.
Even if it dips further, no, so
all right. I think that's another good approach, because by the time they eventually declare the full year results, well, the 158 it dropped to is now 159. So it's almost looking like it's not giving up. 6.4 million bids versus 5.5 million offers. Well, so over to you on that. I think.
Okay. Thank you very much. So let me not waste too much time. I just want to commend you, because yesterday you said, the last time you said CWG and Beja Pent. Immediately you said CWG and Beja Pent. I know where you are coming from. I immediately took position because this is pre-election year. Beja Pent they need all these contracts for election. Yes, and CWG is just like charms into the same business. So, Coach, thank you very much. Let me not go too far.
It's all right.
So, thank you very much. God bless you, sir.
God bless you. Thank you very much.
Bye, sir. Yeah.
Right. Ikem Benzoic always comes in with some hilarious takes and cracks our ribs, which makes it even interesting. All right. My portfolio is in great shape. I'm cruising towards my target using RDL, UPDC, Reed, Jais, UACM, John Ame. Congratulations. I expect that for everyone who planted around November, December, it's your time of harvest. I told you all this, and now you can see. It's Ebele says, Coach, it's nobody's mate. Okay, keep the comments coming in while we still take your calls, because it's time to take the calls and we just have to continue. Nelok. After Nelok is Pearl Lester. Hopefully it connects and we have more conversations here. Bye says, my Wema Bank is moving. Thank you, Coach. Thank you very much. Hello, good day. Please, I am new here. Where can I start? I'm so interested. Adaramola, Bukola. Okay, Maubi is in the house. Maubi, please, can you respond to Adaramola Bukola's comments? Okay, what do you think about Jais Bank? Chrisling, I think highly about Jais Bank, and it has justified my trust in it by moving from 3 Naira to 5 Naira, now to 7 Naira. What stock should I buy with 80,000 Naira? Kenny G Socks. I would have said buy Tantalizers, but you see, that stock is now on full bid. Okay, the ice has been broken on Cornhall. It's down below 5 Naira, just as predicted. So Cornhall is now under 5 Naira per share. Right? There you go. All right, last call didn't connect. Let's see if Pearl Lester is available to speak. There are a lot of Cornhall offers, and so that crash was actually only just coming. Okay, last call didn't connect. So we see Pelly Baby or something. Let's see. Okay, Ben. Let's see if we can connect with Ben then. Is it that these are all mistaken calls that are refusing to connect?
Good morning, sir.
Very good afternoon to you from here. Your name and where you're streaming from, sir?
My name is Ben. I'm streaming from London.
Thank you, Ben, from London. Appreciate your presence. Go ahead.
I'm so happy to connect to you. This is fine. This is my first time. I've actually trying to connect to you before.
Wow, wonderful.
I'm very happy to connect to you.
Glad to have you.
I was actually working, so I just come home now and I saw you online, so I said, let me join you. Coach, I don't want to waste much of your time because this is only the second time I've seen you online. But I actually want to start investing. I bought some shares before, but I wasn't patient enough, so I panicked and I sold them off.
When did you buy?
It was June. It was my ever first time I was buying. I bought them blindly. You know, during the forbearance, bank forbearance. That was when I bought it.
Why did you buy? How did you buy?
I just bought blindly. I bought GTCO. I bought UBA. I just bought the full gas.
And that was a very good move. Very good move, at least for your first time. Go ahead.
Yeah. But it did went up and it came down again, and I just panicked and I sold them all off. But so I want to start all over again now. So I just want to quickly tell you what I've done so far. I bought a public offer of a tip.
Great.
And I had they gave me what's it called now, right offer, because I had tip before which I sold off. So I had the right offer of 5,000 units. So I bought 5,000 units and I actually bought a little bit extra. But that wasn't enough. So I went to buy a public offer. I bought 100 million, 1 million units.
Of what?
I bought 1 million units of tip. Public offer.
Great.
Yeah, so I got that one. I just tell you the other stuff that I have because I want you to help me advise me on what stock to buy. I bought Access Bank about 2 weeks ago, 75,000 units. I bought for 21 naira.
All right, that's
I bought Aradel. It was 1,993. It was, after I bought it deep down, but it's gone up again today now. So I'm just about 25,000 naira profit. And I got Nemeth. Nemeth was one of the stock that I had before. It was red, so I left it. It was the only stock that I left. So it's gone. It's green now. So that's the only 3 top stock that I have: Access, Aradel, Nemeth, and Tip. Although Tip, they haven't allocated the stock yet. And I bought a little bit of Ella Lake.
So do you have cash to buy stocks now?
Yeah, I have cash. I also listen. Sorry to cut it short. I also listened to your, the one you gave one in January, the stock you gave for the year.
Mm-hmm.
I have them, but most of them have gone up in prices. So right now, I don't know where to start. The only one that went down was Ikeja Hotel, and I bought Ikeja Hotel today, and it's gone down again. I'm not worried now because now I have a little bit of experience that it does go down and you don't panic. So I bought some Ikeja today. It wasn't a lot. Actually, I got money, because I have money in my mutual fund. So mutual fund is going down every day. So I want to take most of the money from the mutual fund to start buying stocks now.
Ben, are you with me?
I am, yes, sir.
Okay, this is what to do. Careful not to over diversify. Some of the stocks you already own, you need to top up because the volume is very important. And
yes, sir.
I'm feeling that you should defend that portfolio a little bit more with some UBA. UBA hasn't risen too much.
Yes.
As we speak right now, once you drop this call, go ahead, buy UBA.
Okay, sir.
So
I should buy more. Okay, I'm listening.
If you have sufficient cash to deploy now, buy UBA and PZ.
PZ, okay.
Thank you.
Josa 2, then top up the other ones.
Top up the other ones, apart from tip, which you have already done a million.
Yeah, I bought a lot of tip for that one.
All right.
Name me, what do you think of from me? You think the price is still okay? It's gone to £10 to 10 naira today.
Aha. I'm even seeing somebody on Instagram asking me, the Lawson is asking, can I sell my FCMB for Name It? Please, please, please. At this point, Name It looks expensive for the numbers they are churning out. If the market decides to crash today, for your information, all those stocks with poor fundamentals will suffer. Be careful where you put your money. This is not the time to play, oh, stock price is jumping, you go and jump and enter. Anything can happen. We've been here, woke up one morning and heard Sokoto was bombed by the US, somewhere in Sokoto. Is it in Sokoto? Yes. We were here, we heard, oh, there has been the capture of Venezuelan president. Any geopolitical tension can affect stock markets and they crash. At that point, your money is not safe in these companies that are not fundamentally sound. If you've made good money in any stock that is not sound fundamentally, use your tongue to count your teeth. Thank you very much. So for me, in fact, Neme didn't make my 2026 prediction list for this same reason. And it doesn't mean that a stock that didn't make the list will suffer. It also doesn't mean that a stock made the list means it must gain. The point is, there are so many dynamics that may come to play that may affect the stock price. Maybe Nemet is trying to help use this moment to see the stock price rise, and then they might come to the market for public offer. Maybe. So please, everyone, or rights issue, maybe. Just be vigilant, play the game with the experience I have gathered. It will help you. 27 years in the stock market. Use it, and be safe. Right? Thank you very much.
Very much.
Next caller. David Silva. So the Lawson, please do not buy Name It at this price. It will shock you if you sell your FCMB and buy Name It. It begins to dip. All the money you think you have made from FCMB disappears, because these stocks have nothing against any stock, but when a stock price immediately jumps, that's not the time to buy. That's not the time to buy. Okay. All right, that call is not connecting. We'll go on to the next. Ajiboye. Izundu. Oh, good afternoon. Your name and where you're tuning from?
Sir.
Same to you.
Yeah, my name is
from Benin.
Temitope from the UK.
Temitope from the UK.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining.
Yeah. Before I go on, I just want to say thank you again for the good advice you gave me 2025.
Tell me.
Yes, I asked your opinion about me taking up a certain loan to buy stocks in Nigerian stock exchange, and yes, you gave your in a subtle way, and I got it, and yes, I'm really happy that I did not, because I'm actually I have my peace of mind. Excellent. Which is very important.
Excellent.
Okay. So now today, Coach, I have 3M. I have 3 million naira, and I would like to know what stock to buy with the 3M. Presently, I have Aradel, Champs, and Zenith, and I went for the public offer for cheap. So I don't know. I'm not too sure which one should I go for now. So I'll need your advice, please.
UBA and PZ.
Okay, UBA and PZ. Okay. And so what rate should I bid for both, sir?
UBA at around 44. If you see it anything less, that's a plus. I'm trying to check to see what UBA is going for at the moment. Then PZ, I saw it dip to 56 from the 58 it got to yesterday. That's because it's been on a run most recently. So Just a moment. Let's see what the situation is currently. Okay, UBA 45.55. Oh my. Seeing okay, there's a lot of UBA on offer, 23 million on offer, just 8.5 million bidded for. But a lot are still on 45. So it's going to be difficult to buy for less than 45 today because we have over 2 million shares bidded for at 45 and above. In fact, oh my goodness. Wow. We have about 3.5 million UBA bidded for at 45 and above. So it's going to be very difficult to buy under 45. Now, the highest bid currently is at 45.20. So I think you should bid at 45.20 or 45.15 or even 45.10. In fact, putting a bid at 45.10, hoping the pressure on the sellers will continue to mount and then they sell to you. 45.10.
All right, sir.
For UBA. PZ. Currently 55.60. Looks good. From the 58.30 it closed yesterday. Though the highest bidder is at 54.70. Could be possible to buy at 54.70. May not be possible. The gap is not much between bid and offer. 3 million bids, 4.5 million offer. So either you are buying at 55.55. In fact, there is an offer at 55.55, which is okay. Believing you are investing for the long term, right?
Yes, right. Definitely. Thank you very much, sir.
That will do. Thank you. All right. Izundu Lechuku says, Coach, Atlas is here to debit my account for TIP IPO. Never mind, they are doing the debiting, but I'll advise you send another email to them, reminding them you've not been debited. I think up to yesterday, someone told me they debited him. Call me Mr. E. Says, please advise me on Jai's Bank. Jai's has gone up. I would rather you wait for a little bit of pullback. Coach, please, PZ or Fitsin, which is advisable to buy today. PZ looks great today. T for Tony. PZ looks great today at the pullback that it is experiencing right now. In fact, that 54 naira 70 kobo bid has almost been cleared, okay, for PZ. So we go on to the next caller. KK Johnson, next. Precious Akachuku says, please advise me on May and Baker. Wait and watch how low it dips. Coach, are you saying WAPO is better than BOA? Absolutely plain. There's no confusion. The numbers can't lie. Now listen. That you heard me talk about BOA most of early 2025, late 2024 and early 2025 does not make it better at today's price. You know why? That time, BOA was stagnated. I remember most of you who bought BOA at that time, 75, 77, 80 naira, 90 naira per share. At that time, based on the price of BOA, I just knew it was stagnated for too long. So I spoke highly of BOA when it was under 100 naira. So between that early last year and end of last year, we saw it run to 160 naira. Now, at that point, overtaking WAPCO that has better fundamentals, you could tell which is the better deal at that point. By the way, there are still potentials in BOA. Don't mistake these facts I'm sharing here. there are still potentials in BUA in the sense that far back as 2024 and into 2025 last year, 2 new plants were supposed to have been commissioned. But you see, that was when most of the manufacturers, including the cement manufacturers, suffered the foreign exchange losses that every manufacturer went through, right? PZ is only coming out of theirs now. That's why it's trying to surge. So perhaps that affected that arrangement. We don't know if BUA will come up to say, all right, one of the 2 plants now commissioned. That changes a whole lot of things. But it will also take time because the revenues will now need to come in 1 full year for us to see the effect of the change properly in their books. So you need to know all these things. There is no permanent friend, there's no enemy, of course, in the market. So a stock might be known to be notoriously poor, but once changes happen, everything changes. One example of that, tantalizers. Been comatose for years, the founder is dead, it's been mismanaged, and all the restaurants closed. But I also knew when new investors came in, pumped in money, set up a new roadmap, started pursuing a new vision, and also told the market they are diversifying beyond just restaurant. They will also enter entertainment and also fishery. So they have trolleys. And that is what brought about a 5-year contract to supply prawns and shrimps to a US company. So suddenly foreign exchange is going to be earned in the books of tantalizers. A lot will change. By the time that news manifests in their reports, you know what that means to the stock price. Well, I don't know if more people are now aware, and that's why tantalizers is on full bid now, but it dropped to 2 naira 70 kobo yesterday, opened today 2 naira 70 kobo. Well, now it's on full bid. How long? I have no idea. What I know is a turnaround is in the making. Like I said in my video posted on Monday, I love turnarounds. It doesn't get any sweeter than these turnaround stories. Okay, next caller. Eze Montana. I don't know if this thing is following the queue correctly. Sometimes it doesn't. I see it jumping the queue and bringing new colors on top. And I'm trying my best to see that I follow. Oh, wow. So many colors. And we have just 18 minutes, 45 colors. Are they real colors at all? Because most of them don't connect. Okay, let me try. Delight, next caller. All right, so there are now, from the full bid that tantalizers was, we now have 55,000 offers versus 18.9 million bids of tantalizers. Okay, that call is slowing down. Let me be taking some calls. Coach, what do you think about VFD Group? I think I've shared my opinion about VFD. If you are buying, stay long term. It's a solid company. They know how to make money for their shareholders. Some people do not even know that VFD is a financial services company that has a microfinance bank. Some people are using VFD microfinance bank and they don't know that the stocks exist in the stock market. Hello, coach. Can I offload my BUA cement since I have very low units to grab more PZ at 10K plus? Well, DJT Babs, I don't want anybody to be dissuaded from holding their BUA cement. I still have my BUA cement. So, but if you feel because the quantity is low and it can get you much more of a PZ, then that's not a bad move. It's more of portfolio rebalancing. Okay. Is this a good time to buy FTN cocoa and at what entry price? Kiddies were in Lagos. Do not step into that stock. Wait for a pullback. If you are seriously interested, then wait for it around 6 or under 6, not at 7. There's always this set of traders who will offload and offload. Those are bought at 5 naira and 480. They will offload from that 7 until it drops to 6 and eventually even under 6, maybe. Then you take your long-term position. These things always happen. Corey Trader. I don't know if they are real callers, but let's see how we can clear them. Please, Chief Coach, can I sell my Cadbury for PZ? I don't think there's any need. I don't really think there's any need. Unless you feel compelled to, then yes. You know, Cadbury has made us money. The reason why I've not been mentioning Cadbury for several months now is because this was a Cadbury we were buying 25 naira. It's not even like PZ that stayed at 40 naira for so long last year. If it drops below 40, it's 38. PZ just stubbornly refuses to drop. So that the first one I bought was 39. Just testing the waters to see if it will still blink. It refuses. And then I ended up buying more at 45, right? Can I use deep cap as swing trade? Allow me. Are you checking the reports of deep cap? We hear that they want to explore one thing or the other. We've heard all these things. Do as occasion pleases you. Anyway, good coach, is there more room for GTCO to soar? Arnold, there could be more room for GTCO. So if you are able to buy GTCO under 100, I've always said this under 100 since last year after the shot to above 100. Sir, Unilever or PZ? Wow, that's a tough call to make. And either of them is okay. Unilever will continue to climb, has sound fundamentals. PZ is now rediscovering itself, has a lot of leg room. If you ask me, the most stable amongst them has got to be Unilever. But if you look at the numbers, I am also aware that part of what has helped PZ's numbers is an asset sale. I mentioned all those things in that video. But the main decider for me was that decision to not delist PZ and to not leave Nigeria, because the parent PZ UK was going to do that. And they've come out to say, no, things have normalized, right? And we're not going nowhere. We'll make money here. So, good work, coach. Is it wise to build Jais Bank at 720? Sometimes I want to ask, but you know, some of you were not here when we were talking about things like Jais Bank at 3 naira. So it's difficult. Rather wait for Jais to pull back to around 5 or 6 before you buy. Alerted King says, Coach, I'm 118% on Bua Cement. Can I offload and jump to PZ? What if you now miss out from the new plant PZ, Bua may eventually inaugurate if it happens this year? Now, another way you can do this is do 50% of your Bua and then enter PZ with the proceeds, unless the Bua quantity is small. If it's too small, then you can offload all and get into PZ. After all, we're here to build money. From one fundamentally sound stock with great prospect to another, it's not bad. And so, ladies and gentlemen, suddenly all the monies that ROT Briscoe made, it's been lost. And so, ROT Briscoe collapses from 4 naira 35 kobo to 3 naira 92 kobo. No thanks to traders. That's what happens. No thanks to traders. So for penny stocks, these are things, swings, sometimes very wild swings can happen. But if you know the market very well, you'll be calm. Nemet is losing 30 kobo at the moment, down to 9 naira something. That scrolled past. Just to update you. Whether or not it closes at the current situation, we will know. Coach, what do you think about Standard Trust Assurance? Standard Trust Assurance, are they quoted? I don't think Standard Trust Assurance is a quoted insurance firm. Beamtosh. Next caller, Beamtosh. Oh, my YouTube family. Coach, is there any way I can talk to you privately? Belu Oladairo. Yes, you can. Just at the end of today's video, make a comment there since you're on YouTube. But if you are on Instagram, send me a DM directly on Instagram. Belu Oladairo on YouTube. If you do not have an Instagram account, then drop a comment at the end of today's video, today's live stream video, so you can we can have a word. Imomo is asking, Philomena says, how sound is Darcom? Darcom is far from sound. Please be safe. Good afternoon, Coach. Thanks for your efforts. Please, NNFM or NASCON, which will you suggest? More, NASCON right away due to performance, no sentiments. All right, the last call didn't connect, so we go on to Mercy. Mercy is the next caller. Please, Coach, what's your take on Regency Insurance PLC? Should I position for 1 million challenge? Wonderful God, Regency is not a part of my 1 million share recommendations. But guess what? What I recommend is not the final. Everyone can recommend, can do their due diligence, and if you find it fit, you enjoy. Coach, can I sell NIDF for PZ for capital gains? Allow me, don't let the market disrupt your original strategy. NIDF is for a completely different purpose. This January we are in, all NIDF shareholders will be paid dividend. If you consider all of this and you still feel the prospects in PZ is better, then the ball is in your court. That means you kissing your quarterly dividends goodbye. Okay, the calls are not connecting, but we'll still keep going. Next caller, Chiomzinux News. It's Ebele says, Coach, is Fidelity still a good buy? I think Fidelity is still a good buy. You can notice it's refusing to drop below the 19. So he that is down needs fear no fall. There's nowhere else it should drop to, especially considering the fact that the likes of Jaiz is now 7 naira, about the same price with Sterling Bank. Wow. And then even FCMB has woken up from the 9 and 10 naira to about 11 or 12. Haha. That makes Fidelity a good go-to eventually. MTN or Boasment, which to go for today? Now you have to watch MTN because after that run to 600, there's supposed to be some sort of pullbacks. Let's see if that has happened already. MTN, I saw it touch 635 or so, and I knew the pullback is in the cards. Let's see if that's happened. Oh, you see that? 600 naira per share right now for MTN. Serious pullback here again. 3 million offers, 24,000 bids. So you can see those who bought at 550 naira and 500 naira are selling off massively. Looks like serious profit taking is going on, and today's market may not gain too much overall. So it's more like, okay, a good day to buy, or give it some time. Could it be a week-long profit taking? We will find out. Ladies and gentlemen, 5 minutes to go, and most of these calls are not connecting. Okay, we keep going. Let's see. Likeness. Next caller. Please, sir, what's your take on Omatech? Please, Omatech. Not very good numbers up till now. Hello. Lost that call again. Jojo, next caller. Coach, what's responsible for the collapse of RT Briscoe? Is it a buy opportunity for 1 million challenge? I think it is. When profit takers get into the market, what do you expect? All sorts of running up and down is what you get. Hello, good afternoon. Black Oats is asking, I need more clarification. Saudi Arabia is preparing to open its financial market to all foreigners. Oh yes, there's no further clarification until now. So keep waiting. Date is 1st of February. So between now and then, we should be able to get some information. I was going to do a video about that, but I prefer to do something more tangible, practical, because it's not newscasting that I am doing. When I put effort to do those videos, I want it very practical and to be valuable to whoever is watching. So I'm trying to confirm what are the steps. Now we know it's for all comers. Doesn't matter where you're from. How do we get this done? We don't have time to waste. We are not news that is not useful to you, is of no use, is of no value. We want what you will hear, do, see money in your account, neat. So we need to know what apps, what brokers, and whatever, how to pay and how to get your money back. Simple. Once that is clear, forget it. We will hit the Saudi market and make our share of the international cake, if you like. I know my people will like this one. Maureen is asking, hi coach, Qtix or Champion Breweries, which is a good buy? I would rather go for Qtix. Champion though is bigger, but Qtix will give me rest of mind. Champion is going to the market to raise money. Two different sectors. Anyway, coach, sir, please, is Qtix a good buy? Qtix has always been a good buy. Coach, is RT Briscoe a sound stock, Jonathan Daniel? Yes, I think that's why I have it in my 1 million challenge. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, 2 minutes before we close, Papi Shine, next caller. Let's see if it connects. I'm so sorry I'm not able to meet up all of your messages. And one of the tactics I've shared with us is repeatedly post your question. So when you are typing it, copy to clipboard, keep reposting, because the screen continues to, scroll automatically, and I struggle with meeting up most of them. Coach Conroy, please, the constant price drop. Sabina, Conroy did poorly. It's based on their poor fundamentals. Now PZ is down to 53 naira per share. Interesting stuff. That's one thing I like about the stock market. A lot of times it gives you a chance to get into a stock, even after it looks like it has jumped away. So imagine you went and bought at 58. It's now 50 what? 53. So a whole 5 naira 30 kobo off as we speak today. So most people who have been trapped in PZ for long may be selling, and I don't mind. I'm waiting to see how low it gets. Maybe I should bank some more PZ. We are making money this year, right? Okay. Hi, coach. How about Charm stock? Should I buy? Well, Charms drop. Anytime you see Charms under 3 naira, you buy. Maureen. I saw it less than 3 naira yesterday, but it always closed at 4 naira. And then today, the bids increased a lot on Charms. And so it's now 4 naira 20 kobo. The problem with Charms is it can swings terribly like the UK weather. One moment it's sunshine, the next moment it's snowy. So currently 4 naira 20 kobo, still 31 million bids versus just 10 million offers. So this is a very difficult time to get into Charms. But these Charms dropped to 3 naira 90 kobo, 3 naira 85 up till yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. All right, looks like we've come to the end of today's live stream. Ladies and gentlemen, apologies for all the hitches initially. We are getting started in the year and hopefully it gets better and smoother and we have a great conversation together. Thank you very much, Maobi. I saw you there, Benita. I saw you helping out in the comments. Thank you very much. Also to Atlas Portfolios, who was at some point in the building, and to everyone who has liked and shared. Please, let's sit up and adjust to the new timetable. It's now Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, so that I can have time to do a whole lot of things. And I'm doing this for free. Hopefully, heaven rewards people like us and all of you who have been a part of this. You've been wonderful. In fact, you are the reason why I'm always out to share this with you. In the end, we'll make a lot of money for ourselves this year, right? Thank you very much for all your efforts. Friday again, we meet same time, 12 noon to 2 p.m. Nigerian time, to maximize the opportunities in the market. Until then, this is me saying thank you very much. Apologies if I couldn't take your call or your comments. I ran out of time. Let's do it again on Friday. Keep enjoying your time. Keep celebrating your wins. And I'm really happy for all of you who are now reaping from all your efforts. Thank you very much, and bye.